On this edition of Travel Thursdays, we're going to talk about a very interesting country, and to discuss about Japan, we're joined by Mahi Sharma, who is in fact a travel content creator, and she goes by the name Mahi Way on Instagram, and she has over 3 lakh followers. She's joining us today to discuss about how her Japan trip has been like, what has her experience been like, and what are the hacks that one must definitely adopt in their next visit to Japan, because Japan as a country in terms of travel is really picking up. Mahi, a very good evening to you and welcome to NDTV Profit. My first question to you, of course, will be how has your experience been, when you travel to Japan, and why would you recommend Japan to everybody who wants to go there and travel?
Firstly, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure. And about Japan, I think Japan is one country that everyone must visit in their lifetime. It's so unique. It's culturally very profound. It's quite developed, advanced. Like other foreigners also that I meet from different country that I met from different countries over there said that there's no country like Japan because it can offer you everything from culture to experiences to parties to a very different calm plus peaceful vibe, as well as like the rushed nature of like Tokyo and everything. So it really is like a full package if someone really wants to experience an international country.
Right. And, when I was talking to you before the show also, you mentioned that it is very family friendly as well as very safe and also budget friendly. So, for our viewers'
Exactly.
benefit, can you, give us some hacks that one can use, to make sure that they save money in Japan? And plus, how is it very family friendly and how safe did you find Japan?
Yeah, so coming to the family friendly part, it is absolutely a destination which you can visit either solo with family or with friends, because number one, it's extremely safe. It's also like for kids, like there's something to do for everyone. That is number one. And about safety, the country is so developed. It's not just about technology, but how well the systems are connected. Like for example, I like to just share one incident. I was in this one train traveling from one station to another, and I left my bag. It was a very very precious bag that I bought in Japan itself, and I just forgot it in the train. By the time I was on my next station and I went to the help center, they had already tracked the time that I had left it, what color it was, which station it was, and they had already received a WhatsApp message that okay, this bag is here and you can pick it up from there. So I was completely shocked that despite of such a big train and the complicated train system, they had this entire thing in place. And when it comes to people also, like the crime rates are very less. I did not feel unsafe at all. No one even touched my bag. That was the beauty of it. And also when it comes to safety, like I have seen kids 6 years old, 7 years old going to school alone in trains. And how beautiful is that? Because as a community, Japan really takes care of kids, of safety, of women, and everything. Like everything is so disciplined. Even when you're going into the train, there's a queue that you have to follow, and it's just beautiful.
Right, I'm sure. You also mentioned how your bag was tracked, out of nowhere. I've always heard of things like Japan is already living in 2050. How is that
100%.
experience like? How is technology so different from from a country like India?
100%. Number one, of course it's advanced and everything, but I feel the advancement comes from how clean your country also is. There are no dustbins on the streets. You will not find dustbins because people carry like a paper bag where they can just put in the trash and then go back home and put it in the trash bin, or you as a tourist can also put it in 7-Elevens or when you're back in your hotel. So that's how beautifully these systems have been evolved in a country like Japan. And with that, when it comes to cleanliness, the public toilets are so so clean. Like you will not face any problem with that. Of course, the technology advancements, you might know, the robot cafes are there, the high-rise buildings, the way it has been managed,
Right.
everything is just beautiful.
Okay, Mahi, one more question to you. Something that I've always heard is that, food is a problem in Japan for vegetarians especially. Is that something that you also faced? And if yes, what are the kind of hacks that you adopted?
Yeah, so I am a vegetarian and I did not face any problem, to be very, very honest,
Okay.
because of the vegan culture that
Okay.
has been coming up in all the countries. I actually got like a map, if I can share it with you, I don't know how, but where there are 146 restaurants and cafes only and only in Tokyo, vegan cafes. Particularly, like, I did not face any issue. Plus, there are Indian restaurants as well. There are apps that you can download, like Happy Cow, Tablog, to find out the places near you. So that is one hack. I don't think food should be an issue in Japan unless and until you go to very, very offbeat places.
All right. And in terms of, an overall budget, starting from booking flights to, the food plus the travel out there, what does a full trip to Japan look like in terms of, a budget? And in terms of booking flights also, what are the kind of hacks that one can adopt to, save money?
Yeah, I'll come to the hacks part. About the budget, 1.4 lakh to 1.6 lakhs, including your flights, tickets, your stay, and everything. It can also go up to 1.7 lakh. That this is for like 10 days of your Japan trip. About the hacks, I think the number one hack, if you're going to Japan, needs to be you need to have like a Suica card. So as soon as you land in Tokyo, either Haneda or another airport, get like a free Suica card. There are like, stalls over there which you can basically fill in your money in it, and then that is used in all your purchases, in all your train travels. That is like one card that needs to be there. That is one hack. The second hack, to save money, the taxi is extremely expensive, like super super expensive. So if you can really just avoid taxis, the trains are very well connected. If you use Google Maps, they will tell you which station, which line to take. There are colors, there are numbers that you can just understand and use that. So that will really help you save some money. The third one is, if you're taking like souvenirs, or if you want to shop something from like that Japanese culture, there's this place called Don Quixote everywhere, like so many branches only in Tokyo, where which is like a four-floor store, and you can get everything for cheap over there. Plus, you'll save money again. And I think, yeah, these are the major travel hacks. I think for hotels are very very expensive in Tokyo, not in Kyoto and Osaka. So if you can consider, like, I stayed little like 40 minutes away from Tokyo in the Yamanote line only, but I think it was called Taito City, and we took an Airbnb which was for the same price of hotel, but we got it bigger.
Right.
So yeah, that is, I think, one hack. Airbnbs, if you can find good ones.
Perfect. One last question, Mahi, before I let you go, is that your top 3 recommendations in terms of visiting places in Japan?
Yeah. So I think everyone might know about Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, but I really want to recommend this one place called Nakagawa,
Okay.
which is like an offbeat village near Tokyo, like I think 2 to 3 hours away from Tokyo. It is so beautiful. Like, we stayed in like this 200-year-old house, Japanese house, non-touristy, very beautiful. It feels like you're living in a desktop wallpaper. You can go to temples, you can do various classes, like you can learn how to make the Japanese noodles, and you can meet the locals, are very very kind. So yes, definitely Nakagawa. Of course, if you're going, you have to spend like 4 to 5 days in Tokyo to get that entire feeling and the rush. And third place, I don't know, but Hiroshima. I really liked Hiroshima. It was very peaceful. It was very different from other places in Japan. Also, a lot of offbeat. If you go towards north, Okinawa is also it's an island that you can,
Okay.
if you plan to extend your trip, you can do that.
Very interesting. Well, thank you so much, Mahi. Interesting insights coming in for Japan. I'm definitely planning my next trip to Japan, and I'll definitely, reach out to you for a much more detailed
Definitely.
itinerary. Yeah? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mahi, for taking out time.
If you're a Shinchan or Doraemon fan, then you will also like find their villages out
Oh,
there.
wow. Very interesting. For sure. I'll definitely plan this. And thank you so much, Mahi, for taking out time
Thank
and
you so
speaking with
much.
us at NDTV Profit.